Good morning. Welcome to Pinches Lowriders live. I'm trying this again. Hopefully it works. Hoping. We'll see how it goes. Trying to see both my screens here. Hey, everybody on Instagram. Can you hear me okay? Having technical difficulties today. My computer screen decided to get crazy, but I think the computer was just hot because I have it on a cloth on the table on my blanket. And yeah. Anyhow, looks like I'm up and running, so we'll see how that goes. Back on YouTube, everything. Um, I am live right now on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram. Hopefully, you guys are seeing me. Anyhow, I just want to say good morning. Thanks for everybody that's tuning in or that will see this later. Um, really appreciate everybody that's been uh, coming up to me when I go to events and so forth, and have been asking me about the podcast. I appreciate everybody that's checked out the podcast. Want to remind everybody that it's on another Pinche podcast is on YouTube, and it's also on Spotify. Um, it's on iHeartRadio, uh, Apple, and Podbeam is my main host. If you go to the main link or go to my website, you can go to the Podbeam uh, channel, and then your favorite app is linked to also my podcast, which is just the voice over. YouTube will be video. The next podcast comes out on Sunday, and that will be about the RC Lowriders, the Red Cats. You've seen the Monte Carlo up there. Um, I got the sign that's over here. I got that from Unique Cuts. Got that when I was up there at Tacoma for the Impala's Magazine Tacoma show. That was a good show. Coming up, this weekend I'm taking off. I'm not doing anything. I'm working. I got to work today and I work tomorrow night and everything like that. I have my son, so we're just chilling. Um, as for I just did another interview podcast. I got to edit and then I got to put that up on the YouTube and schedule that for Friday's show. Um, what else? Let's see. Oh, next weekend, I will be flying out to San Diego. I'll be out San Diego for Day at the Bay. I will be out there for that car show. That car show is free to the public. He sold out spots for that show a long time ago. That's a street tattoo event. I will be there. I'm flying in. I will be getting pictures and footage uh, for all of that. So if you're out there, if you're going to be in San Diego next weekend, I will be out there. I am out of stickers. I need to order some soon. I will be ordering more stickers in time for the Impala's Magazine San Jose show, which is August 24th. So August 24th, San Jose Convention Center. You're going to have the Impala's Magazine all indoor show. From what I understand, all the automotive, all the entries are sold out already. So that unfortunately we don't have in this area. We really don't have a big area for a lot of big indoor car shows because we have better weather than most. But if you go into other cities and so on and so forth, they have very big venues where you're putting in 700,000 cars, stuff like that. and we've seen that at LA Convention Center and so on and so forth. But for some odd reason in the Bay Area, none of these convention centers hold that many cars. Like literally, you're lucky if you can get 300 or 400 in a spot. And people say, "Well, it's like that," but it's just because we're built for indoor outdoor when it comes down to the Bay Area because of our weather. Um. So yeah. So we'll see here. Just want to shout out. So the what is it? The West Texas Truck Show. I'm going to shout them out. There is a link on my stories. I've been posting it every day. If you're out there, going to be out there in Texas, West Texas Truck Show. They also are connecting with the WeGo tour, and they're going to have lowriders at that event, as well as a hop and as well as a pit for the trucks to do their thing. Check out the preview. It's on my stories. It's in my posts. So check them out as well. Another sponsor also, G Code LA. Okay, check them out. They're on my website as a sponsor. You've seen me post them on Instagram and Facebook on all my pages. Go check them out. You want custom chrome parts for your car, A-arms, and all that stuff. They do that. They have rims, they have hydraulics, everything. So go check them out, please. Let them know I sent you. I don't know if it'll get you a discount, but just they'll know I sent you, So anyhow, so I've been talking about the RC lowriders. That's going to be the next series in my podcast, another Pincha podcast. And I want to come out here and be live. This is a live, obviously, and I just want to touch base with some people. So, if you have any questions or anything, shoot me a comment. I could see my Instagram feed for my live. It's a little behind on the feed, but it is there. And we were talking about something. I was talking about back in the day. See, nowadays you get online and you order all your stuff, or you go on Instagram and you go, "How much is that?" and blah blah blah. You have TikTok store, you have your Instagram store, you have your website. I have my website, and I was talking about these, and I just remembered exactly where they were at, and luckily I did not have to dig them out. But you guys remember these? Going into the Lowrider magazine and having to order your catalog for your parts. Let me see here. This looks like 98. This is a little later. Let me see. I don't want to bend this up too much, but I'm trying to find a good picture for you guys to check out. Remember these? Yeah, I have these. I know I have at least, I think there was two other ones that I had, but they're not in the same place. Let's look at the prices here. There's a whole Laura bike, 20-inch Laura bike for $169.99. Good luck with that nowadays. Another one. I forget my camera's up here. You remember these? So back in the day, for anybody watching this that don't know, you had to go in a lowrider magazine, and then they would say, get your catalog for your lowrider bike, and you either send them like $5 to send it, or you'd call them or whatever. Look at this one's a little bit older because it even has a website, but you'd order the catalog, and they'd send it to you, and it have your bike parts. This one was in color, which was amazing, and this one was fancy because it had the nice glossy pages. What year was this? I think I don't know. Let me see here if they even have a year. Point is, model cars. So, like I said, I've been talking about the RC cars and stuff like that, and this brings back, being a kid again. Kind of bringing back to the good old days where some of the stuff we would oh look, it even has hopper batteries when you wanted to build. See, this is how you back in the day. Oh, here's the kits to make you. So you would make scale models into lowrider hoppers and dancers, and you would do that with the motors and the strings and everything else like that. And it was a different craft back then. Anyhow, um, you know, to Red Cat and everything, I'm happy that these cars have really spawned a new generation of low riding, and you can't deny it. I mean, it's legitimately where it's at nowadays. And I've seen that, and I think it's pretty awesome, and that's really what I'm focusing on the new podcast. So be ready. It comes out tomorrow morning. The first episode will be out tomorrow morning. Um and I'm going to try to share my live here. Find it. Hopefully it's going good. I know I tried to do the live earlier and my screen went blank and locked me out. It like froze my computer, and I had to prop my computer off, leave it off. I think it got hot. That's what it is. And which kind of sucks. Why is it still? But yeah, let me see here. Okay, let's make sure it's the right one. I don't know what happened here. But anyways, I'm sharing something real quick. So get some more people. I know it's morning time. I just finished my third cup of coffee. Didn't really get to enjoy it because I was frustrated over this computer freezing, which was annoying as hell. And you know, working on it, getting it back to being able to be up here. I'm trying to give it a little bit of time. People come on, comment, say what's up, good morning. So recently, August. What is this? This is something different. What the hell is this? I don't know. This looks different. I don't get it. Something don't make sense. Oh, this is last year's flyer. That's why. I hate when that happens. I had reposted something and I go, wait a minute, that's not from this year. Now I got to fix that because I just saw it. I'll fix it later. Anyhow, besides the point. Um, it's been busy for me. I've been trying to travel as much as possible. I work weekends these days. I'm the weekend supervisor, and for the most part, I'm doing the best I can to you know cover all these events and stuff. But I'm working towards something in my career, so I had to take this weekend job. I've been doing that since October. The Crusaders Car Show, solid that today. Yeah, I know. It's hot as hell over here. I'm in Morgan Hill. Um, it'd probably be cooler over there. But so I've been trying to do all these events and everything, and I have to, obviously gather up the PTO and stuff like that, um, to take time off from work and go to some of these shows. And so I can't just go every weekend like I used to. I want to. I'm going to again eventually. With, like I said, I have some career goals going on, taking care of business right now, so I put myself in a better place financially and career wise. There's going to be a lot of, thank God that I'm looking. I'm going to be trying out for a couple positions going to be coming out um, in a couple months at work, because they always open up certain positions that it's like a it's just stuff that goes on over the winter time, what I do for a living, and there's always new spots open to take over that. And like I said, with that move, it benefits me, and you know, by next year, usually I shouldn't have to worry about working weekends anymore, and so on and so forth. You know, so like I said, going back to being in San Diego on on the 13th, I fly in for that and fly right back. Um, but have all that good content. Um, the next event, there's another event, Boulevard Nights, San Jose, our biggest cruise night. So that is July 20th. Now I'm debating about that one because what that entails me is having to take 2 Saturdays off of work in a row. And what the problem is with that is also the next Saturday after that, that's also the Tavares Selena show, which I will be at. So right now, there is a chance that I may not make Boulevard Nights this year. I try to be there every year. Like I said, San Jose's biggest cruise night. It's where all the action's at. It might still be hot as hell out here. It's been hot all week. It's not fun. I know a lot of people are down in LA area right now. Individuals, they have their barbecue picnic today. They had one on 4th of July, and they're out there getting ready for today. So have fun. Can't wait to see what comes of that with the content and everything else like that. I seen, you know, there's what else is coming up? So after Tavares, which is the 27th, and Salinas, that's the mega show. That's his mega show. Now, there's everything from semi trucks, lowriders, custom semi trucks, and then some. I think he even mentioned to me about they're gonna have some nice old school planes out there too on display. So that'll be cool. Um, so that's July 27th, and then we're gonna go into the different. Let's see, beginning of August. We know. Well, I won't make Salt Lake, which is also the 27th. And then going to August, I think I'm gonna just be working a lot, and then it's gonna be another thing. With August 17th is gonna be um, San Francisco King of the Streets. So remember that San Francisco King of the Streets. That is always highly recommended when it comes down to the cruising. Um, you're not sure how it's gonna go. Where they put it? Did they put it in the Palace of Fine Arts? They moved it from um, out there, on the where they had it last year. And so it's going to be interesting because parking the cars and where they're going to put the cars and then the hop and everything should be interesting. But of course they're going to cruise the mission, and I tell people, you coming out of town, that's going to be good regardless. Week after that, no, it's going to be Monterey. They're going to cruise Boulevard Nights on Monterey. Um, so, and I'm going to get to that because it kind of gives me a point too. Anyhow, and then I'm trying to think what else. Okay, so August, so King of the Streets, San Francisco. A week later, obviously, August 24th, going to be the Impalas Magazine, um, San Jose Super Show. So you guys need to come out and support that. Modesto, Stockton, Sacramento, okay, Salinas, Watsonville, Gilroy, um, you know, Bakersfield, Fresno, um, Merced, Tulare, all those guys. San Jose Super Show, indoor, all indoor car show. All right. And then Mark's going to be getting me a flyer soon and promoting who else is going to be there to perform. As of right now, he did put out already that the Loonies will be there. Um, I'm waiting for that flyer so that we could blow that up. It's a San Jose indoor car show. You can't go wrong. So the next day, which is going to be a good weekend. If you're going to be out here for San Jose, be out here for that. The next week, that next day on Sunday, it's going to be San Jose King of the Streets. So we have San Francisco King of the Streets, and then a week later, we're going to have San Jose Super Show, and then San Jose King of the Streets. And so we're going to have the Hoppers here, and it's going to be right next to the arena, right there by that park. They're going to have that whole street, and there's going to be vendors, and of course, it's mainly going to be a hop. So expect to be out there cruising afterwards. I wouldn't doubt that's not going to be, part of what's going to happen. So it's definitely going to be one hell of a lowrider weekend that weekend, and San Jose is going to be crack-a-lacking, and I hope you don't burn yourself out, and hopefully the weather's good, and it should be, but it's all one of those things. We're going to just go with it, right? So what I did notice, and kind of when you're asking about the King of the Streets, at Boulevard Nights, is one of the things is that I realized that this year there's not that many cruises. And the reason why, because I look forward to the cruises, because that's one of the best action. We did Gilroy. And of course they had Single to Mile out here in San Jose, and they had the Lowriders out there, and they did all that stuff. But the crazy part is that now cruising is legal, but no one's cruising no more. Because, and I hate to say it, but I think if we just drew the attention of the police, and as they say, oh, we understand that cruising is not a crime, I think there's just a lot more. Now they know how to mess with us and ticket us, because it's not the cruising they're ticketing us for, it's all the other bullshit. So if you're going to be cruising and expecting not to be harassed by the cops because you're lowriding, don't be out there drinking and driving and doing other stupid shit. Because, I'm not talking about the regular stuff we do, like, hopping and everything like that. That comes with it. But it seems like now they can just ticket, and they know now they just, bam, it's like we just chum the water, and they're being sharks, and they're messing with everybody from LA to the Bay. And yet we have all these people saying, oh, cruising is not a crime. But it just seems like we just said, hey, look, you can fuck with us still. That's just one thing they can't charge you with is cruising, but everything else they're harassing people for. So we drew attention and we threw it in their face. Cops don't like that, and whether they will admit it or not, and they pretend to work with the lower community or not, they're still harassing people. So not every city, because some people like San Jose, yeah, they're not really tripping, but yet it's weird that you could sit there and say cruising is not a crime, San Jose did this and that, but yet where's all the cruising at? Nobody's doing it. So it doesn't make any sense. What's up, Mark? Thanks for coming on to the live. So his details are right there. San Jose Lowrider Super Show. Doors open at 11 a.m. DJ Boy Wonder at 11 to 1:30 p.m. Killer Sharks, come on, 1:30 to 2 p.m. They got a 30-minute set. Let's see. Mariah Avilia, 2:15 to 2:45. This is when the concert, people. Information's right here. Agree to disagree. The Loonies, 3 p.m. to 3:45. I got 5 on it. You guys know that already. Sly, Slick, and the Wicked. All you people that like them oldies, he has the Sly, Slick, and the Wicked coming on at 4 p.m. Rodney O and Joe Cooley, 4:45. I think, you guys realize that new hit that from Kendrick, it samples Rodney O, Joe Cooley, 3 6 Mafia, NWA, that whole thing. The main beat is Rodney O and Joe Cooley. So I'm sure they are very happy right now because they're getting paid, or at least the record company is. Well, the record company that owns the rights to that beat, but still. Anyhow, Rodney O and Joe Cooley, I'll tell you right now, I remember watching them back when all the concerts were at Great America. So if you remember all the Hot 97.7, Hot Summer Nights, or what was it? I forgot what the name of the concert series was. But when Hot 97.7 used to have their concerts, it used to be at Great America because there was no Shark Tank. So all the concerts were at Great America Outdoors. And I think that was the first time I ever seen Rodney O and Joe Cooley. They were in their prime, and been a fan ever since. Dope ass fucking performances. Um, but yeah, I remember that shit when I was a teenager. Yeah, it's hot. You guys are out there wear sack. So yeah, so everybody on my live on Instagram, you heard it on the lives on Facebook and YouTube also. So I just read that off on Facebook. Century Wire Wheels is Mark Impala's magazine, and he posted the itinerary for the San Jose Super Show. So there it is. Slice Licking the Wicked. That's gonna be dope. Um, Ronnie O. Joe Cooley. That's gonna be dope. You know, so all indoor event. This is inside San Jose Convention Center. Okay, we haven't had a car show like this in a very, very long time. And I hope everybody shows up. Go buy tickets. You go to buy the tickets on impalasmagazines.com. Go get your tickets now. Um, as of car registration, they sold out a long time ago. They've already have everything for that. And he just put out the performance. Still waiting for the flyer. But yeah, go get your tickets online. Go to his website and then hit the link and get the tickets. Support the show, because if you support the show, and not just because Mark pays me to say so or advertise or whatever, but it's San Jose. I'm from San Jose. So ultimately, you got to realize too, it's like you got to go to the show. Maybe you won't be able to put your car in the show this year, but what you got to do is go support the show, because what happens is then the show gets bigger and better next year. And if you want them to continue to do the show at the San Jose Convention Center, you got to make this a very successful show. But we all know San Jose. San Jose is like LA, NorCal. So, like I said, reaching out to anybody and everybody that's listening to this, tell your friends, talk about it. Don't forget about it. All you guys out there, I'm calling you Modesto, Stockton, Tracy, Turlock, Sacramento, Fairfield, Redwood City. All you guys, Vacaville, Merced, Madera, San Jose. That's where you need to be at. That whole weekend's going to be cracking, but you got to come check out that show. Anyhow, enough of that. Um, like I said, oh, so I decided it's to put up a new merch, I guess new merch website, and so you can go to my website and then go to store. It'll take you to the merch website. Now I'm gonna reiterate how this works. The merch website. You support me if you want some stuff. It's an easy way of doing it. I'm going to be getting new shirts. I'm going to have some stuff. Um, where I'm going to have it at for sale next, I will let you know. But anyhow, the merch website is a print to order website. You can find it on my YouTube channel. You can find it at the website, my pincheslowriders.com link store. And it'll take you there. There's stuff on there. I will not be carrying all that stuff. Literally, last time I did this, people walk up to me and go, "Do you have this?" I have a camera in my hand. I don't have that. I'm in a cruise in the middle of the street. You're like, "I saw this one, blah blah blah, that hat or this that on your merch thing. Do you have it?" No. So, so to explain it all, I don't really. So whatever it sells for, I only make so much money off of those merching. I'm being transparent as hell. It's how people do things now. So it's all hands off. It's a third party, and so what you do is when you order from that, they actually don't. They make it. So once you pay for it, it gets processed. They make it. There's shoes. There's tennis shoes with Peaches Lowriders logo on it. When you order that, they get it, they print it, they put it together, and then they ship it to you. See, I don't have a warehouse. I'm not rich. I'm very broke. This is why I'm making a merch website. And so the merch is made, the t-shirts are made, they print it when you pay for it. So you pay for it, say you want a 3X or 2X or medium, they get that shirt, they print it in the machine with my logo on it, and then they fold it up and put it in a package and they send it to you. I do not have them here in my garage. I do not have them in a warehouse. I can't afford a warehouse. If I had a warehouse, I'd be living in it. I do not have them in my back pocket. I do not have them in my trunk of my car. I They don't even exist until you pay for it. Let's put it that way. So that's how these third party merchandise things work. I'm gonna make um more mugs. So on the website they had, this is a 15-ounce mug, by the way. And so I'm gonna order a couple samples of those because I put a design in there and I kind of like how it looks. So I want one for myself. And but these are 15-ounce mugs. And so on the website right now you can get this mug. And there's 15 ounce and 11 ounce. That's like $1 difference. And I've had 3 of these already. Yeah. And, but point being, I just like to reiterate this because people, no matter what I do, they'll see the merch and then they'll come up to me and ask me if I have any of those items. And a lot of them, I don't. Once in a while, I'll order something for a sample just to make sure it's a decent quality. But this is a different company that I used before, so I'm hoping it's a better quality than the ones from before. There was some cool stuff that I got. Right now I have like women's tank tops and stuff. Go check it out. Just go look. Um, if you buy something, thank you. If you don't, that's fine. When I get my shirts made, which when I get them from Bow Down, this one's not a Bow Down. I paid for these through oh, I forgot I forget the name off top. But I got these done on my own. My other shirts that you mostly see me wearing recently, I get through Bow Down. So Bow Down Clothing, uh, go check them out also. Um, he does my shirts. Okay. So I'm waiting for another batch of shirts and I'll have shirts on hand. When I have the shirts on hand, those will be the shirts I have. They're Pro Club and um there'll be whatever I have and until I sell it and then I get more. So honestly, I tell people I don't really like doing merch because I'm a camera guy. Like my thing is run around with the camera, go get footage, go take pictures, go to get footage, take pictures, work with a model, take pictures of cars, get video of the hop, get video of the show. Um, I don't have time most times to be at the booth. And then I got to find someone to work the booth. And my kid usually falls asleep at the booth or he's on his phone and he doesn't make eye contact and people don't know nothing and they walk right by and I'm not getting sales. So, which is not on him. He's a kid. It's just that's the way it is. So I cut a lot of that stuff out. Always remember, as a photographer and videographer, I really have streamlined what I do to make it a one man band. I jump on a plane, one case with camera gear, one one thing from my clothing and stuff like that. And I am a one man band. Like I know guys like they want to bring their lights, they want to bring their their light stands, their tripods, their this, their that. They got to drive 20 hours, 30 hours. They're driving. If they go to different shows, they're driving because they want to bring everything. I've got it to be a very one man bandy kind of type thing where I do everything without all that. Not to knock what they do, but some people prefer, and I prefer to keep it simple because I want to be able to get the most bang for the buck. Um, and this is something that you've seen because I'm running around. Sometimes I'm moving too fast, and I regret that. A lot of times I'm sitting there, editing through my footage, and I'm going, "Damn, I moved too fast. I'm moving too fast. I'm like, this is gonna, I have to fix this. I have to stabilize this." And because I'm trying to get things done, I'm usually on an energy drink, but at the end of the day, it's really not that. It's just because I'm just trying to get all the action or as much content. I'm trying to get photos from my website. I'm trying to get video for YouTube. I'm trying to get content for social media. I do it all by myself. Now, I have had people try to help me in the past. Most of the time, it doesn't quite work out. Peace out. These are people that are going. But anyways, um, like I said, right now I gotta bug the people. My computer. I don't know why that screen did that, but I just updated one of the drivers and I've seemed to be more stable and it seems to be fine now. But anyways, that's life. Um, I'm not complaining at any means because I love this shit. Okay. Running around being a one man band, I can get more content. I can have two, three fucking people helping me, and I still get more content than all of them combined. Because of the way I like doing things and when I go for my content and everything like that. Some of my content I know I have to dual purpose because I know I have to break it down for um, social media as well because everybody likes reels now. And but I really love doing it. And do I know if I'm gonna be keep doing this for years to come? I'm gonna do it until I can. That's for sure. I might end up being one of them, old guys on a ride, get around cart, whatever. I might have camera. Shit, if I'm really good and the money's right, shit, I'll hook up a fucking camera on a gimbal, remote control, and take pictures and do video all at once, and I'll put it all together on my damn wheelchair if I had to, But at the end of the day, I've been looking into different ways. What's happening in Florida? I'm looking at different ways to expand what I do. And I'm researching stuff and I'm telling you right now, I'm like, ooh, I can't wait. But everything costs money. And like I said, um, what I'm doing right now is I'm trying to further my career in what I do for a living. And please, I need all the positive prayers, vibes, thoughts. You can hate all you want. It's gonna make me work harder. I love that part too. You guys the more you hate, the more I just do fucking more. And I'm gonna do more in your face. And I'm gonna make sure it's fucking out there. And I'm gonna take it another notch every fucking time. So please keep talking shit about me. That shit, when it comes back to me, makes me do everything and go harder every time. So that's cool. I don't really like feeding off negative, but what I'm trying to say is that I have some goals and I'm trying to complete them. So if you don't see me at every event for the rest of the year, there's a reason. I'm debating about going to Vegas. I want to go to Vegas. I sent them an email already about, Lowrider Magazine an email already because I want my press pass and I want to know before I book anything. And it's like, I haven't heard back. I've emailed their website and then I've emailed one of the main guys. I just want an answer, yes or no. That's it. I'm not paying for it, but you're either going to let me go cover the show or you're not. And that's nothing wrong with that. But I need to know because I want to book and decide what I'm going to do. But once again, this comes down to I'm still debating because Vegas or a week after that, there's the Slow and Low Lowrider Festival in Chicago, which I've never been to. And I would love to go. It's not a competitive show. It's a festival. It's culture. It's everything. And it's lowriders. And I might just go to that because I want to go be different. Because starting next year, I'm not going to go to all the local events that I normally go to every year. I'm not going to be, if there's an event, say there's an event out of state and I can get to it or the promoter wants me there, I'm not going to commit to being at a local event or a local show. I'm going to go to that because I want to start changing up. You go look, if you look up my YouTube channel yearly, you could see I'm at King of the Streets every year. I'm at Boulevard Nights every year. I'm at every Impala's Magazine car show. I'm at Tavares. You know, the big thing for me is I love being at these events because I know they're good events. They're great events. The Takeover Super Show. That's another one. It's coming out September 1st. They just He just got it. It's going to be at the LA Convention Center. It's not going to be in Anaheim. And um, I have my garage door kind of open because it's hot as hell in here, and you can hear the dogs. So that's not my dogs; it's across the street. But anyhow, like I said, you have that. So I was like, do I want to go to the Takeover show? That's going to be dope. Okay. Um, LA Convention Center, September 1st. So I got to hit them up, make sure I get a press pass for that. What is it back here? Those are all my press passes throughout the years. You know, so I got to make these decisions. Now, let's put it this way. What the goal is with my career is that if things happen the way I would like them to, and don't get me wrong, I might have to do, stick it out if I don't get, the next level, right? But if my career goes the way I want it to, I will not have to work weekends, technically, and financially, it'll set me up to where if I want to travel to go to any car show, I won't even fucking hesitate. Let's put it that way. And that's where I want to be. Because yes, I don't mind when the promoters fly me in to cover their event or get my hotel. But there's also events I want to go to regardless. And most of the events I go to are events I want to go to regardless. A lot of times I'm telling people I'm going to be at your event. I get the press pass, but I pay for the hotel. I pay for the flight or the gas. I'm the one driving. And I don't mind that. I don't mind it because regardless, I love what I do. So not every time I get a break in the budget. But like I said, career wise, if things go in the way I would like them to go in the new direction, things will change and I'll be doing even more. So, well, yeah, and also remember if you go to my website, go to event flyers on the website, there are a lot of uh, car show flyers and dates. I know a lot of people, especially my YouTube people. I know you're not on social media. Not everybody on YouTube likes being on social media, whether it be Facebook or Instagram or TikTok or any of that stuff. So if you just go to the website and click event flyers, there's a lot of different show flyers that are on that. I put those up as I see them, as I find them, and I try to keep them in order by date. I do not charge for you to put your flyer. Um, the difference is that I will put the flyer up there as a courtesy. I will put the flyer on my Instagram. Usually I share people's events at least once or twice here and there or whatever. If I'm planning on going, I obviously share them and tell people I'm planning on going. Now, the difference between that and you want me to blow it up or promote it, that I charge for. So there's a difference. There's a difference where when I put stuff out there. So, like I said, putting it up on my website, no charge. There's nothing like I don't charge people to put their flyer on my website. Um, at the end of the day, if you want it promoted throughout the website, you want links to tickets and so on and so forth, and you'll see this on there because it is on there. I do charge for that, so that's part of a package deal. But that's how I that's how I make revenue. That's how I continue to do some of the things I do. This is how I afford this equipment. This is how I pay for the internet. This is how I get a laptop. This is how I do a camera. Like right now, I got to finish this week. I got to work on a website that I'm working on. I've already put most of it together. I got to do all the final touches. I've been so busy that I'm behind on that. So I got to do that. So I also build websites. I've done that for L&L Motoring. I've done it for uh, G Code LA. I've done their websites. I've done my own website. So I do websites for businesses. I try to stay within the lowrider, genre because not only do I build the website, then I help promote the website. So people come to me for different things and needs. That's one of the things I do as a side business. Eventually, I want to also do a lot of marketing stuff and probably build a marketing business so I can retire from running around at car shows. But I'm up to do car shows. But once again, I have goals in mind. They all come together. They all come and spring from low riding and YouTube and all that stuff. Oh yeah, it's hard. I mean, there was Tacoma, and then you got to come down to Sacramento. Sometimes if you want to go check out a show, it's worth it. See, here's the thing, and this is the thing too, because people will ask me all the time, "Is this car show a good car show?" This is what they say all the time. And if I go, say I travel, say I go out there to Oregon coast, say there's a something out there, and then you'd be like, "Well, I want to go to a big car show. Is this car show good?" Other than Vegas, right? Like, is this car show? Is it this or this event? I tell King, if you want to see a car show, a hop and go cruising, King of the Streets, San Francisco. If you want to do all indoor show, big ass show, then there's the Takeover Super Show. You know, stuff like that. The ones that I've been to, I'll tell you, like, is it a destination that you should go to? Because ultimately, I tell a lot of promoters, what you want to do, you don't want to keep just having shows over and over and over and over because they'll thin out. Too many people step, like, in the beginning of the year, everybody had a fucking car show in March and April, and that just kills me. Financially, it's not easy to fucking keep going and traveling and getting a room and all that shit. Like, literally to a point where I'm like, I'm gonna do a one-man band, one hitter quitter. I'm gonna drive out there, go do the show, drive home 5 hours, whatever it may be, sleep in my car if I have to. You know, I've done some of that. I've done it where, and not everybody knows this, but I've been out where I've gone out to an event and then I ended up just sleeping at the airport because there was like no point in getting a room. I was out all night, blah, blah, blah. Get to the thing. I had a flight back first thing in the morning. The airport's open 24 hours, and I'm sitting there like holding on to my camera gear and my backpack and I'm fall asleep. Bam, wake up. And people look at me all crazy, and then at the end of the day, I fly right back. And then I'm home and I start editing or sleep or whatever. And I've done that. I've done that to get what I want to get done. Does it always pay off? No, it doesn't always pay off. Not every video is a hit on YouTube and it doesn't always make money because the haters will say I make thousands and thousands of dollars. And that's not true. I wish it was, because if it was, I'd be doing a lot more and less complaining. I'd be working less hard at my regular job and I'd be doing more of this. Because ultimately, if I was making thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars a month, I would be doing this full time. I could afford it. I could take care of my kid. I can travel. I'd be flying everywhere. I'd be one of those big giant YouTube stars going all over the fucking place and doing all these things. But I don't. I have to work and I have to pay my bills and my rent and everything, my phone, all that shit. And is it worth it? For me, it is. You know, is it worth it to do all this stuff? I wouldn't be doing it if I didn't like doing it. Plain and simple. I don't like doing anything. If I really don't like doing something, I just don't fucking do it. That's even relationship shit. I mean, ultimately, if I got to deal with some shit that I don't want to deal with no more, I will be alone than be toxic. I'll be alone with to be desperate. I don't give a shit because it's more important to me to be a good dad and a good father and a good person to myself and a good person from this point on every day, better than the last. And I work really hard on that. So my work ethic comes down to my using my intelligence, using my brain to convey, to get what I want, to do what I need to do, work towards goals, and leave a legacy behind that, the people that know me, the people that grew up with me, the people that care, they're going to have this. All this stuff's going to be on the internet as long as the internet, is there. My kid can listen to my voice, you know, uh, you know, if anything ever happens to me, he has all this stuff. And I look at it like that. I wish I had more video of my mom and stuff like that. Um, you know, in general, my grandfather was a photographer. we had camcorders in our family when we were younger. I did get footage of cruising back in the day. It sounds like, and I don't know where any of that video is. I lost all those tapes. I don't know where they're at. They got recorded over. Don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. I've looked for them. Uh, they're nowhere to be found. I think, eventually they got recorded over and so on and so forth. Um, I do know there was one instance when one of my videos got recorded over, and I had some good footage of San Jose back in the day, the 90s. But this was way back then too, so it was like whatever. Um, but I come from that, like that's part of my family, that's part of my heritage, is part of what I do. It's cruising and everything is what I've done since the 90s. And I've had a couple cars, and I like I said, my career path right now in what I do for a living, if it goes the right direction, I'll be able to afford to get myself an actual lowrider. People always ask me, "You have a lowrider?" I said, "No, I have a lot of cameras. I'm recording on a camera. I have podcasting gear, laptop, all this shit I spend my money on is worth many cars over." But I am trying to build a business with this stuff that I do on top of my career, because what I've realized is that I'm never going to give up on my career anymore to try to do this, because if something doesn't work financially, it screws me, which it's set me back a lot more than I've tried to go into photography and everything 3 different times, and each time it just didn't work. So I will never do that again. I will always keep it as a side gig, as a side job and a side career, a side business, but I will never make it my primary. I will always keep a regular primary career. And but I can do both. Um, and I will not just give up on my low riding lifestyle. I mean, if I put the cameras down 100%, I guarantee you I'll be in a car. I'll be in an actual lowrider, and I'll be putting in the time for that. Do I think I can do both? It depends on how I am financially. But we all have dreams, we all have goals. If push comes to shove, I'm be building some more lowrider RCs, and then because my son wants one customized, so we got to figure that out. But once again, I'm working to all these things because these are the things I'm trying to do. So, like I said, at the rest of the year, if you don't see me at everything, there's a reason. There's some opportunities that may come about soon. I'm trying to get myself situated to apply for these positions and so on and so forth. So, like I said, if things change over this winter that's coming up, and if I get where I want to be, well, that's going to change everything for next year for me. Change everything for my life, because it's the direction I want to go. I took this job where I'm at now, and I did it with the intent of learning and moving up and forward. And I've already conveyed this to all my uh, managers and prior manager and so on and so forth. I am not just working just to have a job. I don't do that no more. I've done it too much, and I've held myself back by doing that. So that's not how I do it. And speaking on even the low riding and the photography and the videos and the podcast, I am no longer holding back. Um, it's taken me a while to figure out what works and what don't. And honestly, I just got to do it. Just keep doing it. And so I hope that you guys can support and help with the podcast and watch it and listen and so on and so forth. And may it grow. May I bring you positive, meaningful content in this low riding community. As a Chicano, as born and raised in San Jose, born and raised, to really, I was born and raised in like the culture of lowriding, whether it was around me or not. It was always around me from the get go. Um, the photography. Did I know ever since I was a kid? It's like, here, take a picture. Here, take this picture. Can you take this picture? Can you take here's a camera, take this picture. I was surrounded by cameras, but no one ever said, Rick, you should be a photographer. No one ever said that to me. No one ever told me. Shit, my mom was like, I don't know why you're wasting your time on that hobby. You're not making no money on it. I still fucking did it. I'm still doing it. YouTube, do I make some money on YouTube here, there, and it all fluctuates. It's all different. And sometimes it pays my bills and sometimes it pays for my plane tickets. Sometimes it pays my gas. It comes in handy when I'm broke. And it's an investment in myself. So yeah, I have to go do the shows to make the money. I have to go build the content to make the money. The podcast, it's not viral or anything. I mean, I think one of the podcast episodes has like what 400 views. That's not a lot in the you know thing of making money in a podcast. But once again, I am doing it and I'm not going to slow down anytime soon. So I appreciate everybody that's tuned in. I appreciate everybody that's taking the time. I appreciate people that follow me, that share my content, that see me in the streets and thank me for what I do. I appreciate all of you. I appreciate, people just asking me how the podcast is going, whether you've even actually listened to it or not. Honestly, like a week, yeah, when I was in Tacoma, the couple different people that actually start talking to me about something that I said on my podcast, it honestly made me feel like I was like, they actually fucking listen to it. Yeah, they're actually one of the people that listen to it because they're like bringing up something I talked about, and I'm like, no one's gonna want to listen to me talk, but you're here, you're on here checking out what I have to say, and long story short, many years ago, I way before all of this, I was in like some trainings for stuff for work, and I saw this like we had to watch this video thing, and we actually had to watch it to learn how to teach it, and it was part of a course. It was when I was going to school to be a counselor, and I was working as a counselor in substance abuse rehab. Anyways, we had to take the course. They showed us everything. They made us take it to teach us how to teach it. But when I saw what it was and how it was like video, and it was a video and a workbook video and all this other stuff, I'm like, I want to do shit like that. I want to do video stuff like that. And so this is what that is. This is what it came of. And you know, and I recognize that it ain't exactly what I thought it would be, but it's good, it's fun, and I try to be as positive as possible. I always look for the positive. I'm always talking about the positive, and that's what I want to be about the positive, especially in this culture and this lifestyle in my life. Period. Um, like I said, the haters can hate all they want. Um, they're the ones that are being negative. They're the ones that are stepping on their own toes, and the people that maybe don't work with me no more because of what somebody told them or whatever about my past. My past is my past. It's already over 20 years old almost. You know, I don't do negative things in my life no more. You know, I mean, the I think some of the hardest stuff is to walk away from like toxic bullshit instead of being a part of it. And whether it's friendships, relationships, behaviors, drugs, alcohol, none of that shit helps you if it's constantly fucking toxic. But anyhow, enough of that. Um, Once again, check out the new merch. Tomorrow, a new podcast comes out. And go check out some of the old podcasts if you haven't already. Thank you for tuning in. And don't forget to share, tell your friends, all that good stuff. And for car show dates, go to the website, check out car show flyers, and continue to like, share, comment. All that stuff helps me. If you want to help me out the most, do all that. And otherwise, thank you. And you guys have a good weekend.